two brains are better than one brain. So hello everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of House of Maharani. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all lessons that I learned from a class that I took via LinkedIn Learning, which taught me building better routine. I hope these lessons will bring you value as well and will help you build your routine, also make them better. So let's get started. If you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is RAISHA and here I share lessons from life and everything in between. Whether you know it or not, we all have a routine. We might not be paying attention to it or intentionally putting time, effort and energy. However, we do have a routine. Waking up in the morning, brushing your teeth, shower, breakfast. I mean, all of these are tasks that you do on a routine basis. Now, if you don't have consciously built routines for yourself, let me help you out. Here are the lessons that I learned to build a routine first, and then we'll get to how can you make it better. So to build a routine first, write down all of the tasks that you do on a daily basis. Brushing your teeth, making coffee, making breakfast, eating breakfast. I mean, you name it. If you're doing it on a daily basis, write it down. After that, write down the tasks that you want to do or need to do and have been putting off. For instance, working out, going for a walk, reading, researching, taking a class, or specific skills that you want to incorporate in your life and you need to take classes in order to better them. So write them down. Once you've written down the daily tasks and the tasks that you would like to do, want to do and need to do, now rank them. Rank them based on priority and importance. How important is it for you to take that skilled class? And the reason why you want to rank them is because once you figure out how important a task is for your own personal growth, it will be much more easier for you to add on to your routine. Not only that, come back to doing it on a daily basis and sticking to it. Going to the topic of sticking to a routine is going to require some strategy. The way I learned from this class was, first and foremost, start grouping your task based on these key ingredients: time, energy, and activity. Time-based tasks will help you finish them off and go on a flow. So anytime you group, let's say 6 tasks together, which takes you less than 5 minutes or 5 minutes to do, you can complete the entire routine in 30 minutes. The class suggests that you should not be grouping a lot of tasks at the same time, because if you cramp up, oftentimes what will happen is you get demotivated and the energy level is going to go so low that you don't want to come back to finishing the task. Now, there are times when we will fall off the wagon and it's completely fine. Therefore, building your routine based on energy level is going to be key as well. What this means is you are going to require to input energy on the tasks that you do. So if you group high energy tasks all together, again, the whole idea is to come back to the routine, right? Therefore, if you cramp up super high level, super high energy tasks together, again, you will get demotivated and coming back to it is going to be more difficult as you move forward with your days. Therefore, try to balance it out. Group tasks together which are high level as well as low level. This way, coming back to it and going on a flow becomes much more easier. The third key ingredient is, of course, activity-based tasks. Now, what does this mean is try to add on tasks within a routine to make sure that if you do one, you're also completing another. For example, reading and researching. When you're researching, you're reading. When you're reading, you are researching. It flows. Another example can be when you're walking, you can listen to podcasts or music. So you are tackling 2 activities at the same time. Not only that, it's on a flow and you are going to get a lot out of your routine rather than just ticking off the boxes. So therefore, Adding tasks to a routine based on time, energy, and activity is going to help you get exactly what you want from the task, from the routine, as well as feel accomplished, positive. I have found routines to be the best way to grow personally, professionally, spiritually, socially, you name it. And the best routines, if you build it with the 3 ingredients that I just talked about, time, energy, and activity, it's going to help you get a lot out of your routine. My perspective towards routine at the very beginning when I started it off was very narrow. What does that mean? I was just looking at checking off the boxes every single day. It was not catered to, is it bringing me value? Is it valid? And how exactly am I getting what I need from it was not something that I had taken into consideration. And as I moved forward in, fixing up a routine, there were times where I put things in, cramped it all up. I also took things away from, took tasks away from the routine. And this has helped me build a momentum to where even if I don't do the entire task within a routine, I try to get to at least 1 or 2 so that I do feel I am accomplished, that I have finished up a task that I set for myself, or finish off a goal that I set for myself. The first key ingredients to sticking to a routine and not falling off the wagon is your mindset. My intention towards building my routine is to help myself grow personally, professionally, spiritually, socially, you name it, and my routine is for myself. So my mindset towards my routine makes a whole lot of difference because, again, because I'm doing it for myself, because I know it's going to bring me value, that is what is going to motivate me to come back to my routine again and again. The second lesson that you can use is to hold yourself accountable. Be accountable for the task, to finish off the task. Now, accountability can be done in many ways. One way you can do it is to journal. Start journaling. Ensure that, I know I talked about like ticking off the boxes, but sometimes ticking off the boxes can be really helpful. I would suggest like don't do it just to tick off the boxes, but at the end of the day, when you're sitting down and when you are saying, okay, I did my yoga today, I did my meditation today, I took a class today, it's just going to boost self-confidence in you and increase self-esteem. So have a habit of keeping yourself accountable. Another way to do it is to have alarms on your phone, like set up alarms. For instance, you want to meditate today, like one of the tasks within your routine is to meditate. Now, if you put an alarm on your phone to say, okay, I'm going to meditate from 10 o'clock until 10:30, alarm will go off, your brain is going to kick off, it's going to say, okay, meditation, and that itself is going to take you one step closer to getting your task done. So setting up alarms is a good way. The third way is also amazing, is ask for help. You can always have an accountability partner. Now, it can be your partner or it can be your girlfriend, any friends who can help you be accountable or help you remember to, go and finish off your task. You can even do a group thing. I mean, just having someone to also remind you of, hey Raisha, this is important to you and I think you should be doing it, helps. Like, it brings out the whole idea of being responsible for yourself, and if somebody else is there to remind you of your responsibilities towards yourself, I mean, it's always helpful, right? Two brains are better than one brain. So have an accountability partner. Another way to sticking to your routines or building them better is stacking. Now, whenever you're starting your routine, if you are someone who is just starting or thinking of starting, I would suggest you to start small or just add on 1 or 2 tasks to do in a specific routine. The recommended tasks are anywhere from 3 tasks to 6 tasks. And again, try to maintain your routine anywhere from 30 minutes, specifically if you are doing skill-based tasks. When I started my routine, my morning routine consisted of waking up in the morning and going for a walk. That was it. My main goal was to wake up early in the morning, so that was one task, and the other task was to go for a walk. My walk often lasted, anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. When you're starting off your routine, start small and start off with things that you actually like and enjoy doing. One of the best ways to stick to your routine is also to ensure that you are troubleshooting your routine. And I know it sounds so technical, but basically the idea is for you to look at your routine and understand, am I getting the value that I need from the routine? Is the routine too broad? Because oftentimes what happens is if your routine is too broad, it becomes difficult for you to come back to it and stick to it because it's too broad. So for an example, exercising. Okay, you want to exercise, but what specific exercises are you doing? Therefore, following a routine to where it's like, okay, Monday is my leg day, Tuesday is rest day, Wednesday is my upper body day helps. So making sure that your tasks are not too broad, and then that you have written down specific details to what specific task that you're doing is going to help you a lot. Also, asking yourself, is your routine valid? Is it still working with the circumstances? It is still working with the situation? Is it working with your work hours? Is it working with the time change? Is it working with the weather change? I mean, all of these things is going to matter because, again, the whole idea is for you to, first and foremost, stick to your routine. Second is get value from your routine. What's the point of having a routine if you're not getting anything out of it, right? So ensuring that you're going back, looking at your routine and seeing how is it affecting you is the main key. Now that I've told you the lessons that I learned, I'm going to talk about some of the lessons that I have learned from my own experience and my own journey. I'm also going to share with you all my specific morning routine and how I'm working towards building an evening routine and a day routine for myself. So my morning routine is 2 hours, and the reason why it's 2 hours is because I have a certain specific things that I want to do it in the morning. When I do all of these tasks in the morning, it just helps me move forward in the day with a lot of energy and positivity. Now, throughout my routine journey, there have been numerous times that I have changed up my routine and I've dropped things and I have added things. Slowly, I started adding meditation to my morning routine. I started adding reading to my morning routine, which eventually fell off because now I have come to figure out that reading for me is best when I do it in the evening. I wake up in the morning to where I want to give myself 2 hours before I start work. So within these 2 hours, I am stretching, yoga, meditation, walk, I do my puja, and I meditate one more time, and I do household chores. Now, the way I've gone about it is quite different than what the class taught me, which is I am very specific when it comes to doing, for instance, yoga. My Surya Namaskar specifically is 10 minutes. I finish it off in 10 minutes because I have a routine to where I put on this mantra which goes for 10 minutes, and as soon as it starts, I start my Surya Namaskar, and as it gets over, I have finished off my Surya Namaskar within 10 minutes. After my Surya Namaskar, I do 15 minutes of just moving my body. It can be anything. I am not strict about it. Again, it's not about being super strict or anything as such, but having a discipline to say, okay, I want to move my body, and I want to move my body based on how I feel. And for me, 15 minutes of moving my body, which can be Pilates, doing squats, or just doing some strength workout, helps me and I feel satisfied. So at the end of the day, what you're really trying to get out of your routine is, how do you feel? And as long as you're feeling good and satisfied, energized and positive, that's what routine should accomplish for you. After that, I do my puja, prayer. My prayer time lasts 30 minutes to where I have 15 minutes of meditation and 15 minutes of chanting mantras and, you know, just being thankful and grateful and praying, lighting a candle, lighting some incense. So this entire process is for my spiritual growth. And then I do my walking. Walking is usually before my Surya Namaskar and my puja because I just love going outside in the morning. Oh my God, I cannot emphasize this more, but getting out in the morning, specifically when the sun is coming up, it doesn't have to be rising per se, but when it's coming up and when you see just the sky being orange and I mean just the crisp air and cold, and it's just amazing. As you can see on my face, it's just amazing. And to see the birds, and I have a trail right near my apartment, and it just helps me to where I just get in nature, and that is for my mental health. I do that specifically for my mental health. It just makes me feel so alive and my spirit just goes up. Once I come back from walking, my daily chores in the house is watering my plants, sweeping the room. This is key for me, sweeping your apartment every day, because there is a saying, it's of course, you know, good for your home energy and positive energy. Usually you sweep away the negative energy from yesterday, and that's the reason why I sweep. So that's very important for me. This is my morning routine, and there are times I slack, I don't show up. Sometimes I'm not feeling as well, or you know, my body is just not in the zone to where, you know, I go to work out or even going out for a walk. However, it's okay. Again, habits take time, routines take time for you to form, and the idea is to just get back to it as soon as possible, and don't be harsh on yourself. Like don't be doing any negative talking. Like that is just not going to help you in the long run. Also, the rule to sticking to routines is to at least do them for 30 days so that you can build the habit and have the progress to where your body and your mind now know what to do, and your body and your mind is going to look forward to coming back to the routine. And this is what I have personally found to be helpful as well when it comes to sticking to a routine and not breaking the chain. So that's my morning routine. I'm trying to incorporate something called my evening routine, where I want to be able to read a book every single night before bed, and I'm trying to form that habit. I slack off, fall off the wagon. Work timing sometimes tends to throw me off, so that is something that I'm really working on, and hopefully I'll be able to succeed in that. And another thing I do want to add is, so I have started this day routine where I take my lunch hour to take classes. This is a way of me adding on to my professional skills. This is my professional growth. So I'm trying to make time. I try to do an hour. If I cannot do an hour, I try to do 30 minutes. So that is something that I've started adding, which is why I'm sharing these lessons, and hopefully just like I'm getting value out of the classes that I'm taking, the lessons that I am sharing with you all brings you value as well. That is all for today. I hope this brings you value. Remember that routines are for your betterment. So if it's not serving you well, you might want to change it. And if you want to really work on building your personal skills and your professional skills, your social skills, your spiritual skills, it is important for you to have a routine, because again, at the end of the day, you're doing it for you. If you liked this video, do let me know in the comments down below. Give it a like. This way it will reach to more people who might need this lessons, and also will help me know that, you know, I am bringing some value to you. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and until next time, take care and be kind to yourself and others. Mwah. Bye-bye.